NBC 15 News at 11 starts now.
Now at 11, new information on a string of vandalism incidents that took place in Madison earlier this year, targeting homeowners. We'll take you to the news conference with an update. Plus, veterinarians in the Midwest are on alert as the deadly dog flu continues to spread. And lucky to be alive, a North Carolina man gets caught in the path of a tornado and has the amazing video to prove it. Good morning, everyone. I'm Ashley Matthews. Christina's off today. Making news right now. Madison police are set to start a news conference any moment on a rash of vandalism that was first reported in February. Madison police have taken more than 24 reports of cars or homes that were damaged or spray painted with vulgar messages, some of them including anti-Jewish symbols and slurs. Now, here's a live look at the press conference. You can see Chief Koval is speaking. We are going to have an update on this news conference in just a few minutes, a little later in the show. We do have a reporter there, and we'll bring you that information in about 5 minutes.
This is your Weather Authority forecast.
Some nice weather out there right now, but also going to lead to an elevated and critical fire danger as we head into the afternoon. We actually have red flag warnings in place from Madison and points westward. What this means is there's really just a high fire danger, and burning is not recommended. Any fire that does start will have a pretty good chance of rapidly spreading and possibly putting property in danger. So keep that in mind this afternoon. Outside of that, just expect a mix of sun and clouds and very mild temperatures. We're already into the 60s in many places. 61 Madison, the same in Janesville, as well as Mineral Point and Monroe. A few places into the upper 50s as you work northward. Those winds will be out of the east all afternoon long, between about 10 and 20 miles an hour. That's going to be a rather breezy day, I think, as we work into the afternoon. As for temperatures, they'll climb into the middle and upper 60s by the end of today, and we have more mild weather as we continue working through the week, but also a few rain chances. We'll go over that coming up in your full forecast in just a few minutes. Ashley?
Brian, thank you. New at 11, traffic is moving along the Beltline in Madison again following a motorcycle crash earlier this morning. State Patrol tells us the motorcyclist was trying to change lanes when a car pulled out ahead of him, causing him to overcorrect and wipe out. The motorcyclist was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. No one else was hurt. Traffic was tied up for about 45 minutes. Happening today, the trial continues for the former Dane County Sheriff's deputy who admitted to killing his wife and sister-in-law. So far this morning, a friend of Andrew Steele's and a forensic psychiatrist have testified in Steele's defense. Steele has pleaded guilty to the homicide charges but says he isn't responsible. The jury is trying to determine whether or not Steele was in his right mind when he committed the crimes. The trial is expected to continue into next week. Around the nation, former New England Patriots player Aaron Hernandez has been found guilty of first-degree murder. Today, a Massachusetts jury determined Hernandez killed Odin Lloyd on June 17th of 2013. Lloyd was dating the sister of Hernandez's fiancé. He was found shot 6 times in an industrial park less than a mile from Hernandez's home. Hernandez has been sentenced to life in prison without parole. A deadly flu virus is attacking pets here in the Midwest. More than 1,000 dogs have gotten sick, and some businesses have been forced to close their doors. NBC's Gabe Gutierrez reports.
This morning, veterinarians in the Midwest are on alert.
This virus has never been documented in the U.S.
And pet owners are concerned.
If anything happened to them, I'd be devastated.
11-month-old Ulysses has been diagnosed with the canine flu twice. His owner says he got it at doggy daycare.
When he got it, it was literally like he would wake up to go to the bathroom, eat, and then he would go back to bed. But he's okay now.
The strain first showed up in Illinois weeks ago. Around Chicago, more than 1,100 dogs have gotten sick. 6 have died. And cases are now suspected in Wisconsin, Indiana, and Ohio.
How big a deal is this?
Chicago has never seen anything like this before. The numbers and the severity of the disease has far outweighed anything we've seen.
The symptoms include coughing, sneezing, and loss of appetite. For decades, this kind of flu was found in horses, but the CDC says in 2004, it started turning up in dogs. Now, researchers are confirming a new strain. And it hit Elizabeth Estes' dog, Ollie, hard.
I've never seen something move so fast. He went from coughing a little to almost dying.
But Ollie bounced back. Still, Chicago's Bark Bark Club was forced to shut down its daycare this week. There's been a lot more cleaning and a lot less barking.
It is a big hit, and it does hurt. I'm not going to say it doesn't.
But co-owner Patty Colandrea says she had no choice.
It's an epidemic, and you got to do the right thing, and you have to shut down and take care of your clients.
And that was Gabe Gutierrez reporting. So how can you protect your pet? Talk to your vet about the flu vaccine. And if you notice symptoms, give your vet a call and wash your hands after petting an infected dog. Humans cannot contract the flu from the dog, but humans can spread it from animal to animal. A North Carolina man had a close call with a tornado, and he has the video to prove it. Sam Smith was driving in northern Illinois last Thursday when he saw the funnel cloud approaching. He, along with other drivers, eventually took shelter under a bridge overpass. Whether it was the EF4 with winds up to 200 miles per hour that caused extensive damage to the town of Fairdale or a spinoff, it is still not clear. The city of Boston is remembering the infamous bombing by calling for kindness on the 2-year anniversary of the tragedy. A moment of silence was followed by church bells ringing this morning at the site of the blast. Afterwards, officials unveiled orange banners with a white heart and the word Boston on them. There will be another moment of silence at 2:49 this afternoon. That's when the 2 bombs exploded 2 years ago. Church bells will ring throughout the city. Hillary Clinton is spending a second day campaigning in Iowa, and she's facing new questions about the email controversy during her time as Secretary of State. NBC's Kristen Welker reports.
As Hillary Clinton looks for political redemption in Iowa, she's still facing questions about her use of personal emails. The New York Times reporting this morning that in 2012, congressional investigators asked Clinton in a letter whether she'd used a private email account while serving as Secretary of State. According to the Times, Mrs. Clinton did not reply to the letter. And when the State Department answered in March 2013, nearly 2 months after she left office, it ignored the question and provided no response for it. Meanwhile, in Iowa on Tuesday, her first public event that was open to all press sparked a media frenzy, with camera crews racing to get a shot of her at a local community college.
Guy in the orange pants is pretty quick.
Talking to students inside, Clinton sharpened her message on the economy, trying to rally critics who say she isn't progressive enough.
There's something wrong when CEOs make 300 times more than the typical worker.
I caught up with Clinton Tuesday and asked what she'd learned from losing here in 2008.
How do you win this time? What's your strategy?
I'm having a great time. Can't look forward any more than I am. Thank you.
Her Republican opponents are watching closely, including New Jersey Governor Chris Christie, who's in New Hampshire this week.
Anybody who wants to run for president should have the chance to do it. We'll see how she does.
In Ohio, Jeb Bush poked fun at Clinton for her secretive road trip to Iowa, which produced this now infamous photo at Chipotle.
We had a Hillary sighting. She's been found en route to Iowa. That's good.
And that was Kristen Welker reporting. Clinton's next stop is New Hampshire, which is the nation's first primary state.